Welcome to Greenwood District Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma for a Week 3 game of the week between the Tulsa Desperados and the Queen City Corsairs. Good evening, everyone. I am Mike Daggs. Alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. With us tonight on Stats in the production truck is the one and only Gerald Smith. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, Matt, how's it going tonight?
Great. Ready for tonight's action.
Matt, tonight, two of the league's top offenses face off in what has the potential to be a very high-scoring game. Both of these teams are averaging over 30 points a game over the first 2 weeks of the season, and they're doing it through the air with two of the top passers in the league, A.J. Caswell for Queen City and Deacon Nickens for Tulsa. The catch, stingy defenses. Queen City's secondary is second in the league in passing yards allowed, and Tulsa sits just outside the top 10. I'd like to say we can expect a shootout, but these two defenses might halt that in its tracks. What are you expecting to see tonight, Matt?
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting a high-scoring affair tonight. A.J. Caswell had a field day against the Chicago Wildcats, throwing for over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Nickens also threw the ball a ton, over 300 yards in the air himself. But the major difference is being Caswell had a clean game, while Nickens was picked off 3 times. I know I preach it often, but turnovers are so costly. Tulsa needs to play a cleaner game in order to hang with Queen City tonight. Who will emerge victorious? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
Well, Matt, let's head down to the field where we are ready for kickoff. Lonzie Champion, signed last week by Tulsa, has the ball teed up, and we are underway here in Oklahoma. Ball is taken back at the 5-yard line and returned straight up the gut by Matt Tyson to the 27, where Queen City will start out on offense, led by quarterback A.J. Caswell. Offensive weapons around him include the 8th overall pick in the draft, Jet Zero at fullback. Wide receivers are Chris Curtis and Stephen Hacker. Tight end is James Matthew Jr. and Matt, a new wrinkle this season, some highly paid, highly trained offensive linemen, Freddie Tubbs Jr. at center and Griffin King at tackle. In the first play of the game, we will see Caswell come out firing. A quick pass over the middle is good up to the 45-yard line. Nice gain on that play to Stephen Hacker.
Yep, just picking up right where he left off. Caswell's arm might be on fire.
Caswell went 30 of 48 for 535 yards, like you mentioned, Matt. 5 touchdowns. It was absolutely incredible. Stephen Hacker was one of the biggest beneficiaries of that with 12 catches, 368 yards, and 4 of those touchdowns. Insane numbers. Caswell to throw on the second play. Back to Hacker he goes, a gain of 6. Stephen Hacker now with 25 yards already on 2 catches.
Well, on pace for another big game.
Yeah, absolutely. So we take a look at the impact players on the Queen City offense. 2nd down and 4 from just about midfield in Tulsa territory. Ball is taken right up the middle. Ooh, that one carried by Jet Zero. Probably one of his best runs so far this season, Matt. He's only got 38 yards on the ground so far, and that one good for a gain of about 12.
It's like 40% more yards than he had all season.
I know. 30 carries, 38 yards on the season, only 1.3 yards per carry. He has a couple of catches through the air, no touchdowns yet for the rookie, but we'll see what happens here tonight as we are early on in this one. Caswell back to throw. Short pass over the middle. That one is caught by James Matthew Jr., the 6'7", second season tight end. His 5th catch on the season, Matt. They haven't used him very much like they did last season.
Well, they have a lot of weapons on offense, and, you might not get quite as many receptions as you're used to or targets, but it's what you make of them.
2nd down and inches from the 27-yard line. Queen City moving the ball with ease so far. Ball is handed off to Zero again. This time met right at the line. Stuffed. DJ Majesty, the outside linebacker, absolutely pummeling him into the ground. Let's take a look at the key players here on the Tulsa defense. Defensive linemen, Chris Andrews, Berto Demora, Jaden Swift, and John Stanley. Outside linebackers, DJ Majesty, Espen Rael at inside linebacker, Nate Heslip, Sim Franco Jr. are the corners. Barry Barkley and Charles Ball are the safeties. 1st down and 10. Ball is taken by Zero again. Runs for a gain of 3. Tackled on the play by Charles Ball. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Matt will talk about Espen Rael a little bit more later on in the ball game. 5th season with Tulsa, 8 seasons in the league, coming over from Chicago 5 seasons ago. Ball is handed off to 0. Getting involved early in this one will bring up a 3rd down and 5 after a short gain up to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, kind of a head scratcher there, running 0 so much when your passing offense has been so prevalent. But giving the guy a try, but anytime it's a 3rd and medium, kind of rolling the dice.
On 3rd down, they come out with an empty backfield. Caswell under center will throw. Pump fake, sidearms it over the middle to Hacker inside the 10-yard line. He'll get tackled at the 8. It'll be a 1st down and goal from the 8-yard line.
And so far, no one's even breathed on A.J. Caswell. Very clean pocket for him to do his work. Pump fakes and that sweet, sweet sidearm delivery. Whew. If I'm a Tulsa fan, I'm a little nervous so far how my defense is performing.
1st down and goal from the 8. Caswell's going to take it himself, running straight up the middle, gets about half of what he needs, a little more actually. He gets tackled at the 3-yard line. Matt, I love to see that.
Makes me nervous, though. Makes me nervous, but, the play, you're going to use a fullback and a quarterback up the middle. It sometimes can be very, very, very successful. We'll have to see what Tulsa does to adjust.
2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line, split backs in the backfield.
Could be 0 time.
Caswell does indeed hand it off to 0, trying to make his way off tackle to the left. Can't do it. Brought down on the play by Berto Demora. He was also a 1st-round pick, Matt. Picked just 4 picks later than Jet 0 at number 12. 5 tackles, 4 sacks, 5 tackles for a loss on the season for the rookie so far. And make that yet another tackle for a loss, now 6. Caswell will throw on 3rd down and goal, firing into the end zone, and that one's incomplete. He was targeting his tight end, James Matthew Jr. The pass is broken up, well defended on the play, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and we will see the kicker come out for a field goal try.
And that's part of the weakness of not having a dedicated, high-priced running back, just a fullback, is it's hard to grind out sometimes when you're in, that 3 to 4 yard range. So you kind of have to go more towards the pass, and that's really tough because it gets really congested down there in the end zone.
James Peanuts Troll on for the field goal try. This one from 21 yards out from the left hash. He went 3 of 5 in his debut last week. This one is up and good for Peanuts Troll.
So I think at Tulsa there, it's a victory. They let Queen City march all the way down to the 3, and then only 3 points scored. I'll take that any time if I'm a defensive coordinator.
A 12-play, 69-yard drive resulting in only the field goal. So, yeah, definitely a victory for the defense. This one taken by Charles Ball out of the end zone. Ball, Matt, has returned a kick for a touchdown in each of his first 2 games this season. Last week, bringing it to the house from the 6-yard line, a 94-yard touchdown return. So something to keep an eye on for sure every time he gets his hands on the ball.
I have a
Tulsa's
feeling
going to... Oh, go ahead.
I have a feeling with Queen City's kicker, he's going to have to be to run a lot longer than that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Deacon Nickens, the league's biggest quarterback at 6'7", leading his offense out onto the field. That one hit as he throws, but he gets the pass away to Anthony Mosley.
Oh, no.
And Mosley is down. We'll have to see what comes of this injury later on.
That's not looking good.
He's
Let's
not
watch
even
this
moving.
hit on Mosley here. He runs a nice post, and then boom, he was in the middle of a spin and just got knocked out of it. Watch it fall sideways.
Hit hard, real hard by Chris Dodd. Coming over in free agency from London, joining this Queen City secondary. One of the best so far this season, but that's not how they've been getting it done. They're not taking players out normally, but Anthony Mosley down on that one. Cameron Curtis signed this week is his backup. So we'll see if we can take a look at Curtis. But for now, Sanzo Robinson with a run-off tackle to the right, breaking tackles left and right as he makes his way all the way into Queen City territory at the 43-yard line.
Big time power run there by Robinson. He just takes this right up the middle and just shedding tacklers, stiff arm, breaks a tackle, almost breaks another tackle. And that's what Tulsa needs, a little more balance. Nickens had a decent game, but a lot of interceptions. So if you can get the running game going, you can take some pressure off him.
Nickens to throw, checks it down in the backfield. That one is taken by Robinson. Matt, let's take a look at the key players here on this offense. We mentioned quarterback Deacon Nickens, running back Sanzo Robinson, wide receivers Jacob McCall, Corey Jones, Mike Osai. You just saw Anthony Mosley take one for the team there. Kicker is Lonzie Champion. And as mentioned, Cameron Curtis signed this week in free agency. Javier Vasquez, the fullback. Nickens to throw, fires over the middle on 2nd down and 6. That one is caught. Good for a gain of 2. Let's take a look at this Queen City defense. Matt, defensive line, Jeff Duffy, David Tilley, Benjamin Garcia. The linebackers, Avery King, been in the league 8 seasons. Ajumu Afalabi at linebacker. The corners, Pharaoh Rains and Nacho Sicario. Safeties, Stenzo Woods Jr., Chris Dodd, and Kappa Jones. Nickens on 3rd down. He's sacked, brought down on the play in the backfield by Jeff Duffy, his 6.5 sack this season, and that'll put an end to Tulsa's opening drive.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you don't pay for O-linemen. Ow. Nice little swim move there. Gets underneath the guard and just nothing Nickens can do really there.
So Cortland Weaver on to punt for the Desperados. Matt Tyson standing back in his own end zone waiting to receive this punt. Punt is away. Looks like it'll drop down at about the 6-yard line and bounce into the end zone. So the 20-yard line is where the Corsairs will take back over on offense. We'll see what they can do on their second drive after a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs. Gerald Smith on stats for us in the production truck. Cameron Irvine, our commissioner and producer, producing this game for us this evening. Caswell in the gun on 1st down. Fires to the right-hand side. That one could have been picked off. Chris Curtis with his first target of the night.
Really not much pressure here, just a poor throw.
Sim Franco Jr. in on the coverage.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't see him or what, but that could have been a disaster.
Franco had a interception in the game last week against against Arizona. Couldn't get one there. 4 wide on 2nd down.
Tulsa needs to generate some pressure.
Caswell fires over the middle. That one is dropped in and out of the hands of Elgin Villanueva, one of the backup wide receivers. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. And Matt, after a long opening drive, Queen City is at risk of having a very, very fast 3-and-out.
Yeah, that's why that man rides the pie most of the time. He's get the jugs machine and practice a bit more.
Berto Demora providing some pressure and maybe making him release it a little earlier than he wanted to. Caswell firing down the left-hand side, and that one is also broken up and incomplete. Matt targeting Villanueva again on that play, and that'll bring up a 4th down and a 3-and-out.
And again, you had 4 wide and a running back, but where's James Matthews Jr., your tight end? I think he should have been in there on that play. Reliable, good hands. Said you're lying a backup wide receiver, and he blows it twice.
Matthew Jr. actually leading the team in receiving yards last season. And so far this season, Matt, after 2 games, he had only 32 yards on 4 catches. We've seen him once so far tonight. Punt is away by Ricky Matthews. Ball takes it and fumbles it, and it's recovered by the Corsairs. They get the ball back at midfield.
Well, I usually say spin to win, but this was a spin to lose right here. Gets tackled mid-spin, ball pops out, and costly turnover. Not the kind of turnover I was expecting Tulsa to, have to deal with tonight. More interceptions, but fumbles are turnovers too, and now Queen City is back on the march.
Charles Ball, an absolutely electrifying return man, but Chris Dodd on special teams is a starting safety. He's out there on special teams and gets the forced fumble. Caswell right back to work. This one to Chris Curtis, good for a gain of 6. Out route to the left-hand side.
Good job there. Nice out route. You just get the ball back off a turnover. You're closing in on field goal range. I know you like to take the big shot on a turnover, Mike, but I prefer to be more conservative and try to get what I can on that first possession. Just calm everything down.
Yeah, that's one area that you and I will always have to agree to disagree. If I get a turnover, I just want to see a big play right after it and see what can happen. And you always say, let's just run the ball and see what happens. Well, that's what happens right there, Matt. Jet 0 for a gain of 0. 3rd down and 4.
There wasn't a turnover.
I know.
I mean, we saw in our game. Yeah, we tried to take advantage of turnovers, and I just kept throwing interceptions. So I think your plan has some fallacies.
Caswell to throw on 3rd down, and that one is complete. Good for a 1st down up to the 33-yard line. Chris Curtis with the reception again. Matt, Chris Curtis has been on this team a long time, and he's always been doing a lot of great things.
Ran a nice slant, and Caswell found the window in that coverage. Easy pitch and catch.
First down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Knocking on scoring range again. Caswell over the middle. That one into coverage, trying to hit Hacker. But the pass is broken up. And Matt, update on Anthony Mosley. He has fractured his arm. He will be out for the remainder of this game.
It looked like that could have been a kind of injury, the way he got hit. And he could have gotten his arm fractured on the hit or on the landing. So not good news if you're a Tulsa fan.
4 wide and a tight end on the field here on 2nd down and 10. Caswell under center. Caswell, short pass over the middle, getting his tight end involved per Matt's request. Gain of 9 up to the 24-yard line. Will bring up a 3rd down and manageable 1.
Paying big bucks for the tight end position. I believe he should always be on the field, no matter what. Great blocker, great receiver, much more reliable than your run-of-the-mill wide receiver.
Running formation here on 3rd and 1. 0 tries to get the 1st down, and he is stuffed and held short. Put down by John Stanley, the rookie defensive tackle. Matt, he's an undrafted rookie free agent making a big play there, and we will see James Peanuts Troll coming on for another field goal try.
Maybe.
Okay. Look at that. The offense stayed out on the field. They got a free play and the 1st down anyway, as it looked like Berto DeMora, the rookie defensive end, may have jumped off sides. Let's see what the call is.
Neutral zone infraction.
It is indeed an offsides penalty against DeMora, and that'll give them an automatic 1st down. But, Matt, they got it anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'd run that play without the offsides because they knew they had it. And that's also like a turnover, a mini turnover. It gives Queen City a new set of downs, and now what might have been just 3 could be 7. We'll have to see how this series develops.
A string of bad luck so far for the Desperados at the hands of the Corsairs. Scurvy Pirates. Caswell under center will throw towards the end zone. That one is caught. Stephen Hacker, touchdown, Queen City.
That connection continues to be red hot. Everybody must be, playing on Curtis's side, because let's take a look at the replay here. Caswell again. Look at that clean pocket, corner of the end zone. Just throws it up a little high where Hacker can go get it, and
Yeah.
that zone was not well.
Tight, yeah, there was tight coverage. It looked like tight man coverage to me on Chris Curtis on the left-hand side of the formation with safety help over the top. So he was not even close to open. Hacker, the beneficiary there. Extra point try coming for Peanut Stroll. And the kick is up and good. And Queen City will extend their lead 10-0 here in Tulsa. Chris Dodd, the safety, first injures their tight end, then forces a fumble, and then a defensive penalty keeps the drive alive and points off turnovers. We'll see what happens on the next drive for Tulsa after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And welcome back, Matt. Another long drive for Queen City after they were able to force that turnover. And like I said, just a string of bad luck for Tulsa. See what Charles Ball does here on this return, returning it out from his own goal line. Spins past the first defender up to the 26-yard line. And Matt, let's take a look at the last time these two teams met. Not only is it the last time, it's the only time these two teams have met. They met in Queen City, and Queen City, as you can see, absolutely ran away with it, both figuratively and literally. 48-10. They had 247 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Tulsa only had 72 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. And already 10-0 here in Tulsa for Queen City this time around, but slightly different script, as the Queen City's not really a running team this time around.
No,
Nickens throws it over the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended target.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that kind of rushing numbers from Queen City tonight unless AJ Caswell just finds a gaping hole. I've seen a 70-yard quarterback run. It's not impossible. I think it was by Deacon Nickens. I'd have to look at that, but it was pretty impressive.
I remember that. Yeah, I think it was Nickens when he was playing for Houston.
Yes.
That was an exciting play, especially for a 6'7" quarterback, and you don't expect to see him run at all, let alone that far. But I guess he's got long legs. Sanzo Robinson tackled in the backfield on that one. Will bring up a 3rd down and 12. And Matt, don't look now, but Tulsa at risk of having another very short drive.
It's got to hurt not having Mosley in the lineup as not only a good receiver, but a blocker as well. So that could affect both the passing game and the running game, and Nickens might have to chuck some ones up in the air that he might not want to.
Nickens in the gun. Fires to the left-hand side, and that one well defended. Pass is broken up by Pharaoh Rains, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And Matt, our producer and Commissioner Cameron Irvine, did confirm Nickens did have that long touchdown run, but he played for Oklahoma City at that time.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was a spectacular play, one of the best plays probably in SFL history, honestly. You do not see a quarterback run for 70 yards and a touchdown.
Especially not one named Wilson. Cortland Weaver on to punt for the Desperados. And it's nearly blocked, as Queen City was coming for that one, looking to try to add insult to injury. No gain on that return, and it will be spotted at the 39-yard line. And that's where AJ Caswell will lead his offense back out onto the field for drive number 3.
Tulsa's defense needs to respond. They need to get a quick 3-and-out, a turnover, something, because Queen City is in danger of running away with this game if they score another 7.
Caswell in the gun on 1st down. Fires over the middle, and that one is caught by Stephen Hacker. Matt, the connection between these two has just been incredible. We talked about it already last week against Chicago. Queen City won 46-10, and it was due in almost totality. But passes between A.J. Caswell and Stephen Hacker. 12 catches for 368 yards and 4 touchdowns. Already racking up the stats in this one. 10-0 your score after one. Queen City in the lead and on another drive. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Greenwood District Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Week 3 Game of the Week. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth, as always, by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson, with Gerald Smith keeping us up to date on the live stats. Appreciate Gerald being with us each and every week. Invaluable resource. Jet Zero with the carry here on first down and 10. Will bring it up to the 38-yard line after a short gain of 3. Second down and 7.
Yeah, just giving Caswell a little bit of break, giving Tulsa the defense something to think about. 3 yards isn't the end of the world. Not bad on first down, but we need something a little bit bigger on second.
Running formation here on second down. Caswell does indeed hand it off to Zero again. He's hit and absolutely leveled. Brought down on the play by Barry Barkley. That'll bring up a third down and 2. And, Matt, this is a key opportunity right now for this Tulsa defense to make a stop.
Yeah, I would think Zero's coming again, and so this is the perfect opportunity for Tulsa to just stop him for one and then get the ball back.
Only 4 down linemen playing off. Caswell to throw, fires over the middle, and that one is caught by Chris Curtis. There he is yet again. 18 catches for 263 yards in his first 2 games and a pair of touchdowns. Matt, he had 12 of those catches and 132 yards last week. It wasn't all Stephen Hacker.
Yeah, Post takes a hit for his quarterback, makes the grab, and here we go again. Queen City moving down the field.
As we take a look at last season's stats for Chris Curtis, he was their leading receiver, 100 catches, 1,103 yards, 10 touchdowns. Matt, that was tied for 3rd in the league for the season. An absolute force. Caswell to throw out route to the top of the screen. That's Stephen Hacker again, trying to extend across the first down marker. He's a little short, Matt. 2nd down in inches. I thought he got there.
It's close. Refs on the SFL tend to, lean towards caution when spotting balls when you may think they're quite across the line. But, I might smell some jet zero action here. This is when you want to give it to the fullback.
Two tight end formation for the Corsairs. Caswell under center. Caswell's going to run it himself, and he gets the first down and a little bit more. First down and goal after a 2-yard scamper.
Should have seen that coming.
I don't think zero is on the field, Matt. So when zero's on the pine, I guess Caswell just plays fullback on his own. Jet zero taking the handoff this time, met right at the line and absolutely stuffed. Brought down on the play by a pair of defenders, including number 99, Espen Riel, Matt.
Yeah, maybe run Caswell again? Alternate?
Second down and goal from the 2-yard line.
I don't see zero in the game.
It could very well be a sneak. It's that same 2 tight end set that we saw him run on last time, and he does run again. Hit at the line.
Oh, no.
Make a second effort and brought down for a loss. Somehow, Matt, they're going to spot that one at the 4-yard line. I don't know about that. Charles Ball with the tackle for a loss, his first of the season.
Well, they pushed him back a little bit. Now it's real bad news. You got to get all the receivers on the field and try to throw this one into the end zone now.
Third down and goal. Caswell in the gun. Caswell looks, pressure coming, wrapped up and sacked. Brought down on the play by Berto Demora, his 5th sack on the season.
There's the pressure I've been waiting for. Caswell had a guy on an out route at the top, didn't see him, pressure came, and that's what happens. Pressure makes quarterbacks make bad decisions. So it's not the worst decision. It was not an interception, so they get to add on to their lead possibly right here.
Yeah, it's going to be a matchup for us to watch all night long, Matt. Berto Demora, the rookie defensive end for Tulsa, going up against Griffin King, the rookie left tackle by the Queen City Corsairs. They invested a second-round pick to have Griffin King as the left tackle and didn't quite get it done there. The field goal from 28 yards is up and good by Peanuts Tro. Perfect so far on the night. Queen City extends their lead by 3, now leading 13-0 here in Tulsa. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, we'll be back after this. And welcome back. Another drive by Queen City ends in a field goal. That one, a 10-play, 50-yard drive. So, it looks like it's a lopsided game so far, Matt, but, 13-0, it's just a 2-touchdown game. Charles Ball returning that from his own goal line, gets up to the 26-yard line. But, Matt, really a testament to the defense for the Tulsa Desperados. Espen Riel, as you can see on the right side, with a key stop on that A.J. Caswell sneak. And, these two guys, tackle and fuel, we called it. Avery King and Espen Riel, the two defenders for these two defenses that were 2nd and 8th in the league all-time in tackles. King approaching 1,000 and Riel just not too far behind him. Nickens hands it off to Robinson, shoots up the middle for a quick gain of 4. I thought he was going to take that for even more than that.
Yeah, it's not too late. I would, get Robinson involved here. You don't have to abandon the run, like I said, just yet. Actually, not even close.
No, gosh,
Just
not even a little.
Just take what the defense gives you. Don't throw the dreaded pick.
Right on cue, Avery King had the tackle on that one. Nickens throws over the middle, and that one is caught. Catch by Aaron King, I believe, and that'll give the Desperados a much-needed first down.
Yeah, a little breathing room for the Desperados. Now, I would just give Robinson the ball again. Oh, and Mosley.
Yeah, Mosley watching his team from the sideline in frustration with that fractured arm. Nickens
Tape it
under
up.
center. Put a stick on it. Deep pass down the left-hand sideline.
no!
Incomplete. Unbelievable. Corey Jones, man, we saw a play in a Tulsa game but last season where Corey Jones went on a deep corner route like that, caught it and ran into the end zone for a touchdown for Tulsa, and that time a very rare drop.
Oh boy. When it rains, it pours. Tulsa has had so many mistakes in this game.
Nothing but bad luck.
They're just compounding it. What?
Nothing but bad luck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nickens to throw on second down and 10.
Oh.
Pressure coming, and down he goes. Benjamin Garcia, the third-round pick, with his first full sack on the season. He had a half sack that he shared with Jeff Duffy, the longtime Corsair, but that one his first solo independent sack.
And now again, 3rd and long. Tulsa's gotta kind of hold their breath here and just get the first here. Hope Nickens doesn't make a mistake.
5 wide on 3rd down and 11. Nickens to throw, fires over the right-hand side, and that one is caught by Jacob McCall, another rookie, Matt, a second-round pick by the Desperados. He hasn't been used a whole heck of a lot yet this season, but a huge first down conversion on that play.
Well, with Mosley out of the game, you're gonna have to use some guys maybe you wouldn't normally use. And why not call on the rookie, see if he can step up to the challenge.
Two tight ends on the field for the Desperados on first down in Queen City territory. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Nickens to throw, short pass. That one is incomplete. Bounces out of the hands of Cameron Curtis, a tight end signed to the roster this week.
And normally that would be Mosley in that spot. So you can see the drop off.
2nd and 10 from the Cheetah, 42-yard.
Second down and 10. Nickens changing the play at the line. 7 in the box for the Corsairs. Robinson taking the handoff, ducking past the first defender, and somehow shaking off Avery King, trucking through Chris Dodd, and then finally brought down at the 26-yard line. What a run by Robinson.
That's the one dimension Queen City doesn't have, is a guy like this that can just shake off defenders like they're not even there. Oof. Many people were destroyed on that play. Right there, oof, 49 just says, sit down.
Robinson seeking revenge for Anthony Mosley, trucking Chris Dodd down on that one.
Yeah.
Dodd, the man that took out Mosley and then forced a fumble. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Robinson maybe gave him a little bit of an extra shoulder charge there. Offset I formation here on first down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Robinson taking another handoff, jumps over a man to get his way up to the 23. It'll be a second down and 7 from the 23-yard line. Mendez with the tackle.
Another decent run for Robinson. Now maybe, a nice short pass here to get yourself set up, throw it a little short of the sticks and set yourself up for maybe a 3rd and short to give it back to Robinson again.
Nickens to throw, fires towards the end zone, and it's picked off. Oh no, a devastating play for the Desperados. Kappa Jones with the interception returns it back up to the 15-yard line, and Jones has his second pick on the season, his first coming last week against Chicago.
Well, I said play it conservative, and that was not. Nickens threw it into double coverage, and oh boy, the turnovers and mistakes for Tulsa continue. They could have at least had 3 and cut it to a 10-point game, which is, if points is points, it's still a close game, but now they come away with 0.
Mike Osai, the intended target on that play. Kappa Jones in coverage, coming over from New Orleans this past off season. Caswell stepping up, pressure coming. He's hit and then gets it to 0 somehow, who stays in bounds. No, that's not 0. That's Travis Dulworth, the running back that we don't see all that often.
What an athletic play from Caswell. He gets pressured, dumps it on to his halfback, and he makes kind of a ballerina move to get 5 yards. That's a major victory, and what could have been a catastrophe of a play.
2nd down and 5. You know, that's what the vet can do for you. 0 on a nice run up the middle, gains about 8 yards all the way up to the 28-yard line, and this will keep this drive alive. And Matt, I think we talk about it just about every week, but just for fun, points off turnovers, and we've seen that happening so far today. You know, you had mentioned, you know, well, getting that offsides penalty could mean 7 instead of 3, and you got that one right. That's as good as a turnover, but also that forced fumble. You know, so many different errors and just bad luck for the Desperados, leading to extra points for the Corsairs. Out route. That one's picked off. So just like that, the Desperados are able to take it right back. Sim Franco Jr. with his 2nd pick of the season. He also had one last week, Matt, in the loss to Arizona.
This is one of the best jump routes I've ever seen. Just the defender just completely boxes out the receiver, says this ball is mine, takes it away, and gives his team another life. So Tulsa has to take advantage here. No turnovers. You're in field goal range. At least get 3.
So 1st down and 10 for Tulsa from the Queen City 27-yard line, and they're going to hand it off to Robinson. He gains 4 up to the 23, tackled on the play by Stenzo Woods Jr.
So yeah, this is like a mulligan. All right, just erase that last turnover out of your mind. You got the ball back even better than you had it before. So just play it a little safe. Get some points on the board. Get your offense a little bit loose, and don't do anything hasty.
Offset I formation, 8 in the box, expecting the run. It is indeed a run, and that one is well defended, but Robinson breaking away and somehow getting a 1st down. My goodness, Ajumu Afolabi hits him in the backfield, Matt. It was going to be a tackle for about a 6-yard loss. Robinson shakes it away, and look how far he goes.
That's one of the plays you're like, no, yes, yes. You
Chris
can't.
Dodd ultimately getting that tackle. Wow.
He does whatever you're not supposed to do as a running back. He just did, but somehow he made it work. Talent, I guess.
Tulsa with the ball. They're on the move. We'll be back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. 13-0 the score, but Tulsa knocking on the door from the Queen City 16-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Split backs in the backfield. Nickens throws to his slot receiver, and that one is caught. They mark him down at the 6, Matt. 2nd down and inches. That one's going to be hauled in by Corey Jones.
That's more what you're looking for out of Deacon Nickens' offense, not these 50-50 balls in the air, and more of those quick slants, move the ball 8, 9, 10 yards at a time, and then you've got a back like Robinson right here. Perfect time to give him the ball.
Offset I in the backfield. Nickens under center, hands the ball off to Robinson. Breaks the first tackle, breaks through the tackle, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Sanzo Robinson, and Tulsa is on the board.
Well, I called his name. I didn't call his number, but I called his name, and boy, he delivered another insane run by Robinson here. He looked like he got gummed up off tackle, breaks a tackle. And look at running into his own lineman, but makes a nice move to the right and walks into the end zone. That drive brought to you by Sanzo Robinson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great job by Sanzo Robinson. 8 attempts at rushing so far tonight, Matt. 61 yards and a touchdown. We talked about the rushing yards in the game, in season 12 when these two teams met for the one and only time they've met. And it was Queen City that ran away with it tonight. Sanzo Robinson leading the Desperados to more rushing yards than the Corsairs. But they're still down on the scoreboard. But, Matt, we talked about it earlier. down but not out. Now it's only a 6-point ball game. It
No,
seems
it's-
like everything that could go wrong for the Desperados has, but because of some great defensive play, in spite of everything else not working for them, they held Queen City to 2 field goals instead of touchdowns on 2 possessions, and here we go. We got a ball game. Ball taken up to the 24-yard line and a big hit. First down and 10 from the 24. 1:18 to go, and all 3 timeouts for Queen City, and they will definitely be looking to add some more points on here because Tulsa's going to get the ball back after the halftime break.
It's looking like a lot of these hits are Mosley receipts after the injury. They're just wailing on Queen City as a response. All legal, but, gets the competitive juices flowing sometimes when a teammate goes down.
Caswell throwing to Chris Curtis. Great diving catch. He'll be tackled at the 37-yard line, and Caswell's going to hurry his team to the line. 1:06 to go.
This is where you need pressure if you're the Tulsa defense. Can't let Caswell just step back and choose whatever receiver he wants.
Caswell has time and throws. That one is nearly swatted away by the defensive lineman. I think that was Demora. No, that was not. That was DJ Majesty, the linebacker, that almost swatted that one away. But it was complete for a gain of 6. Second down and 4, 44 seconds to go.
Taking his time here. Snap the ball.
He's trying to let me get that call out. Caswell throws on the run. Chris Curtis catches it up to the 40-yard line, and now Queen City will burn their first timeout.
Caswell with a superb pocket presence. I called for the pressure. It came. Caswell just stepped up in the pocket and delivered a strike to Curtis. Another post slant route, and then Curtis just driving those legs forward for another 3 or 4 yards. And look out, but Queen City is out nearly in field goal range with a decent amount of time left. Interesting formation.
Yeah, interesting choice. 40 yards to go until the end zone, and they hand it off to Jet Zero. Hit at the line by a few defenders. Tackled finally by DJ Majesty. No, apologies. That was not DJ Majesty. Tackled on the play by Espen Rael. Second down and 5, and Matt, kind of a questionable call.
That's super conservative. I don't know if they're just trying to get into troll range, but I would definitely take some more risks.
Troll 3 of 5 last week. Has hit 2 of his attempts so far tonight. His long was 41. He's a brand new kicker in the league, Matt. That one is an out route to Chris Curtis. He's out of bounds. That'll be incomplete.
Yeah, Caswell led him a little too far, and I don't understand. I mean, that's a decent route. It's going to get you closer to field goal range. Man, I want to take a shot at the end zone.
So third down and 5, probably outside of field goal range, Matt. It would be a 52-yarder from here.
Might be just barely in, but you'd like to get another 5 to 10 yards if that's what you want to do.
Trips to the top of the screen. He's going to throw it to the bottom. That one nearly picked off. That would have been taken to the house by the linebacker, DJ Majesty, getting his hands on the ball.
Well, here comes the troll. We'll have to see if he can put this one in. It's not an easy kick for sure.
So Troll from 52 yards out. This one from the left hash. Matt, last week he hit one off the left post, and then another he slipped in the snow, and it was short. It's actually how he got his Peanuts nickname, because he looked like Charlie Brown falling down on the try. This one is away, and it is through from 51 officially, just barely making it across the crossbar, and Queen City will add 3 to their score.
Yeah, no trolling on this kick. He had another, I'd say, 4 yards on that. So
maybe 2. Maybe 2.
I don't know. I think 4.
Well, how about 3 then?
All right, we'll split the difference.
So Troll has the ball teed up, ready to kick it back to the Desperados. Probably will play it conservative, as they're going to get the ball back anyway. But let's see what Charles Ball can do first off. Return to kick for a touchdown on each of his first 2 games of the season, although fumbled one away last week, so maybe being a little bit more careful with it now. 15 seconds to go, first down and 10 from their own 21-yard line. And Matt, are you just expecting to see a handoff to Robinson here?
I guess. I'd like to I'd like to take a deep out or something here to see if you can get 15. Well, I guess they're taking my advice.
There you go. I was very wrong. Robinson, I don't even believe he's on the field. Nickens to throw. Short pass over the middle is caught. 10 seconds to go, and it looks like they're just going to let this one roll to halftime. And
probably
indeed,
a smart decision.
They do.
Why wouldn't you just hand the ball off?
16-7, your score at the half. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, let's take a look at the halftime stats and highlights. Matt, your thoughts about the game so far?
I mean, this game could have been an absolute blowout in favor of Queen City, but Tulsa's kept it close, within striking distance. And I mean, look at the numbers. Queen City is almost 100 more yards and 5 minutes more time of possession. Those pesky turnovers and mistakes have really hampered the Tulsa Desperados. However, they may be onto something with Sanzo Robinson. I hope he gets a good shake in the second half.
A great game so far with Queen City leading 16-7 at halftime. They started off their first drive, Matt, a very first possession of the game. 12 plays, 69 yards, ending in a field goal after the Tulsa defense got a stop. Tulsa would go 6 plays and have to punt. Queen City 3 and out on their next possession. They'd get the ball back, though, and go 8 plays, 49 yards for a touchdown. How'd they get the ball back? Well, they punted, and Charles Ball fumbled. Forced fumble by Chris Dodd was recovered, and they're able to capitalize off that one. Tulsa 3 and out. Not only did they go 3 and out on their next drive, Matt, they lost 2 yards, so nothing doing there. Queen City 10 plays, 50 yards on their next possession, ending in yet again another field goal. Tulsa would go 9 plays, 50 yards before throwing a pick, but Queen City, after just a couple of plays, would throw it right back. Tulsa would capitalize off that. A 4-play, 26-yard drive, ending in a 6-yard Sanzo Robinson rushing touchdown. Queen City would go for a 7-play, 41-yard drive, ending in yet another field goal, and that would bring us to halftime with the score 16-7. So, Matt, what are you watching here? It's the Simulation Football League. It's the world's first controllerless esports community. You can go from the couch to the field to get your own player on one of these teams, or you can join the league in one of many other capacities. You can even join the broadcast team if you ever wanted to do broadcasting on national television. Well, I had never thought about doing it, but yet here we are, Matt, broadcasting this game tonight for everybody watching. If you would like to join in on the live chat taking place during the ball game, you can head over to the 11 Sports for the Fans Twitch page. It's at twitch.tv/FTFnext. There's 63 people on that chat right now, players, coaches, and fans of the league getting involved as the game goes on live tonight. Let's get the second half started. I'm Mike Daggs, up in the booth with the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith on stats. Charles Ball is going to take this one from his goal line and return it straight up the middle. Gosh, every time he gets his hands on it, Matt, it looks like he's going to break it. He usually makes at least the first couple of people miss.
Just got to be careful and not fumble the ball like he did on that punt return. That was dangerous.
Deacon Nickens leading his offense back out onto the field. 7 of 12 for 64 yards, no touchdowns and a pick in the first half. The star of the first half for the Desperados, Sanzo Robinson, 8 attempts, 61 yards, and a touchdown. And there's another 10, 12, 14 yards right there as he rumbles up the middle all the way up to the 41-yard line. And there you go. Now he's got 75 yards on the night, Matt, averaging 8.3 yards per carry.
Yeah, why not give it to the big man? I mean, he just made play after play after play, just driving those feet. Sanzo's not going to give you maybe the 70-yard runs, like a BDG Hollywood, but he is going to just grind and grind and grind that defense. If you give him the ball enough times, he's going to start tiring out.
Four wide receivers set and a tight end on the field for the Desperados. Nickens under center. 7-step drop, looking to throw, firing deep down the right sideline. That
Oh.
one nearly intercepted. Nacho Sicario had his hands on the ball. Mike Osai, the intended target. And Matt, Secret Agent 14 in the chat now on twitch.tv/FTF Next, asking, what is this? You know, it's the Simulation Football League. It's a controllerless esports community. If you'd like to find out more about the league, visit our website, simulationfl.net, and you can join the Discord community as well. That's how you get involved. You join our Discord server, you can make a player, you could join the broadcast team, the beat writing team, the stats team, any number of different ways to get involved. Look at that, Robinson up the middle, tackled by Avery King. But you can't do anything if you don't join the Discord community, Matt. You got to head to our website and click that link.
Wow, this is a very key 3rd and 4, and that Nickens rating so far is something you gotta kind of blush at. You know, I would try a slant. He's had a good success getting an 8-9 yard slant. Perfect time to call it 3rd and 4.
Nickens fires down the middle, triple coverage. That one is incomplete. Kappa Jones had his hands on it, couldn't haul it in, but that will still put an end to the drive.
It's kind of always been a weakness in Nickens' game. He's kind of a Brett Favre type gunslinger. Unfortunately, when he likes to sling the ball like that, it ends up usually in an interception. So dodge the bullet that it wasn't a pick, but still not the drive you're looking for coming out of the half if you're Tulsa.
The punt is away, nearly blocked. This one's going to be taken at the 14-yard line and brought down at the 16-yard line after a short gain of 2. 16-7 is still the score here in the 3rd quarter. Caswell will lead his offense back out onto the field to get their first drive of the second half going.
Now we'll have to see what if Queen City's going to be aggressive or if they're just going to kind of hang back. I think they still have to be somewhat aggressive. This is not a safe lead by any means.
Caswell throwing on the run. That went incomplete. I think he heard footsteps coming from this defensive line and couldn't connect up on that one.
Yeah, they need to step up this defensive line, get more to Caswell, get some sacks, create some turnovers, make him make some bad decisions. Otherwise, it's going to be a much harder effort for Tulsa to come back in this game.
2 wide receivers set on the field for the Corsairs. Lined up to the top of the formation. Out route to the bottom of the screen. That one is complete, but good for nothing. Morris Jackson, the backup tight end, with the reception. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
You know, I thought they had a good offense called. It was a shotgun, and then you had a 4-3. There should be someone open somewhere, but Caswell just decided to be safe and dump it down for no yards. I don't know about that. We'll see if it pays off on 3rd down.
So on 3rd down, the Corsairs come out in a 4-wide set. Caswell in the gun. 4 down linemen for the Desperados. Caswell to throw, fires a quick pass over the middle, trying to hit Hacker, but that one is picked off, intercepted by Franco Jr., his 2nd pick on the night, and Tulsa is going to be right back in this one, Matt.
Yeah, Caswell holding his head in shame, yeah. Being super safe on the last play, and now being super dangerous. Double coverage, tip, pick by Jr. there, and he's having a major impact in this game, and Tulsa's back in business, 20 yards away from field goal range.
Yeah, Tulsa's going to get another shot at this one, Matt, after this break. Hacker a little upset with that one, talking to his quarterback. We'll see what Tulsa can do after this one. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back to Greenwood District Stadium. Tulsa coming off the turnover, seeing if they can capitalize on it. Nickens with a short pass over the middle. That one incomplete. And Matt, these offenses have been just absolutely prolific in the passing yards. Look at the receiving yard leaders so far this season. 466 yards for Stephen Hacker, number 1 in the league. Corey Jones there on Tulsa at 263, and tied with him, Chris Curtis, also with 263. So, out of the top 5 receivers in the league, 3 of them are featured on these 2 offenses.
Yeah,
Split backs in the
unfortunately,
backfield on second down.
Corey Jones dropped that big pass that could have been a big momentum shift for Tulsa.
Well, he gets another shot at it
no!
here, but no, that one is intercepted, taken away by Pharaoh Rains. He's going to bring it back to the 36-yard line.
There's the Deacon gambling again, and didn't pay off. I mean, that's just blanket coverage there. I don't know why you throw that ball, but you just kind of hurt your momentum with that situation. It was a fade route, but if those fades, if I learned anything this past couple days ago, just because it's a fade doesn't mean you should throw it every time.
Matt had a little bit of a rough outing for those of you who did not see the Mexico City Atlanta Swarm game. Did not go well for Mexico City. And unlike this run here, Jet Zero having a good night, runs off tackle to the left-hand side, able to truck his way up to the 45-yard line, second down and 1.
Yeah, Jet Zero had it lowered the boom. Might be his. I haven't watched a few of their games, but I haven't seen him run. This is probably the best he's run all season long so far. That's all Queen City needs is just a little bit more of that, and this offense will become even scarier.
Tulsa absolutely stacking the box.
Whoa.
Caswell's able to get it away on a swing route to Jet Zero, and then he is brought down after a run up the right sideline. Nice gain on the play. First down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that pocket was collapsing. Look at this pocket. They're coming through that ball a little wobbly, but, like I always say, it doesn't matter how wobbly a ball it is. Just depends what the result is, and that was a nice result for Queen City. Gets the first down. Drive continues on.
First and 10 from the Tulsa 44-yard line. 2 tight end set. Matt, we saw Caswell run on this set a couple of times. Out route to Chris Curtis instead. Curtis for a nice gain of 9 will bring up a second down and 1.
Yeah, threw it to the long side of the field. Curtis was able to cut up and get 9 nice yards. That's good. You don't want to see one formation and know what your opponent is doing. Good teams have multiple plays out of those formations, and we got fooled. So that's good on Queen City.
Caswell under center on second down and 1, hands the ball off to Zero. Zero's able to get first down up to the 33-yard line. And no, Matt, that's actually not Zero. That is backup halfback Todd Mack.
Zero must be he's gotten the ball quite a bit on some receptions, some runs. So maybe the Rook's not used to all this work.
3 wide on first down from the Tulsa 33. Just under 7 to go here in the third quarter. Caswell to throw, fires over the middle to Hacker. Hacker able to gain 6 on the play.
A dynamic duo, almost closing in on 100 yards each. And if you're a Queen City fan, you like to see those 2 guys get involved often. 6 yards is a great result on first down. Now you can maybe let Zero run the ball here if he's fresh enough.
Caswell hands the ball off to Zero on that one, but doesn't go anywhere as he runs right into the arms of DJ Majesty, and down he goes.
Yeah, DJ Majesty has been here a long time and not likely to miss a tackle. Now the interesting play comes, what do they do? Do they go back to Zero or do they spread it out?
Well, they spread it out, Matt. 3 wide on third down and 4. Trying to keep their drive alive. Caswell over the middle, wide open is the tight end, James Matthew Jr. Nobody around him.
That's why it's my favorite formation in football, Mike. Wide open. So you spread them out. You got all your tools in one backfield. You can run the ball. You can pass the ball right there. Wide open tight end. That's exactly how you should use him. Streaking down the middle of the field.
I think that's always going to be another thing that we'll have to agree to disagree on, Matt. Your favorite formation, the 3 wide, a tight end and running back. It's a great formation, but literally everybody else's favorite formation is the kneel down, meaning you've won the game. But I digress. Jet zero with nothing on that one. And Matt, that's what we've seen out of him a lot. He's had a decent night tonight, but
Oh, no, not again.
Another injury. Wow, and this is still for Tulsa as Nate Heslep goes down.
Let's check out Heslep here, and he's just in that pile, and sometimes things can get twisted. Hope it's just a sprain. They weren't asking for like running on for get some help, so hopefully it's just a minor injury. He can walk it off and come back. But now a devastating loss on defense for Tulsa.
Caswell under center hands the ball off 2-0 and hit right at the line. Brought down for no gain. Espen Rael in on the tackle. And Nate Heslep, one of the key players on the Tulsa defense, been with the team for 5 seasons. He's actually leading the team in passes defense and had a interception in week 2. Have to see what happens with him on a 3rd down and goal from the 9-yard line. 4 wide receiver set. Caswell steps up, pressure coming, and down he goes. Sacked on the play. Brought down once again by, let's see, this time it is Jamal Walker that has the sack.
Walker, the big man, just gets past the guard there, and Caswell had a lot of time, but no one must have been open, so another field goal incoming.
James Peanut Stroll from the center of the field. This one from 32 yards out. And the kick is on its way and good. Queen City extends the lead 19-7 here in Tulsa. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Matt, we'll see what Tulsa can do. They will get another shot at it on offense after this. We're going to take a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back, Queen City, putting another field goal on the board, 19-7 here in the 3rd quarter. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Ball is kicked off. Charles Ball takes it from the 1. Spins past the first tackler as usual, brings it up to the 25-yard line. And Matt, Tulsa's Desperados, their points per game, that has been what's been kind of carrying them this in season 13. As you can see, they were not in the top 10 even in seasons 11 or 12. They were in the top 10 back in season 10. Right now, as far as points per game is concerned, in season 14, 6th in the league. We mentioned they have been good at putting up over 30 in each of the first 2 ball games. Only 7 points tonight. Free play for Nickens, and that one is going to be incomplete. We'll see the call.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense.
And that one is an offsides on David Tilley, the rookie defensive end. Matt, this is his first game in the league, and that is his first time his name has been called, and it's on an offsides penalty. Not exactly how you want to start off, but I'm sure he'll make up for it down the road.
Got to start somewhere. They're going to be on the field and off the field, and Deacon Nickens' rating is dropping like my grade point average in 6th grade.
It was bad. I can attest to that. You barely made it to the 7th grade. Offset I was kidding. My goodness. Nickens throws it to Robinson in the backfield, and he only gains a couple as he runs his way up to the 32-yard line, but 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Not enough Robinson. You know what I mean? The man's been dynamite in the run game, and Nickens just keeps hurling these passes, and throwing interceptions, where if you had run Sanzo a little bit more, you might have had 6 more points on the board by now.
I formation here on 2nd down and 3. Nickens to throw. Pressure coming. Nearly gets sacked, but gets the ball away. Caught by Cameron Curtis, the rookie tight end, who also is making his debut, and he's making an impact as he just got a first down there. Shout out to those of you in the chat. Jason1347, Eddie Gage, Minson Mind, MCFC 1419, Man Robinson, Sanzo the One, Vancouver Legion, who insulted you a little while ago, Matt, but I won't give him the pleasure. AJ Caswell, and so many more. Nacho C. Carrillo, Stephen Hacker. Incredible having everybody with us in the live chat. Twitch.tv/FTF next. Wow, that one almost picked off. Trying to hit the tight end Curtis on the out route again. And well defended by Nacho C. Carrillo. And Matt, speaking of the chat, twitch.tv/FTF next is where you can join the live chat taking place during the game. 62 people in that chat right now, including MCFC 1419, who says, how do I create a player I want in? Visit our website, simulationfl.net. Click the link to the Discord community, and you can become part of the team this next week. That quick. Robinson off tackle to the left-hand side, and look at that stiff arm as he just absolutely shoves Chris Dodd down into the ground. Still, I think a little bit of distaste for Mr. Dodd after injuring Anthony Mosley earlier on in this one.
Well, Queen City's injured 2 players so far for Tulsa, so they can't be feeling too good about the men on the other side right now. Here we go with Nickens again. Now, please, Deacon.
Well, nice, it's your favorite formation, Matt. Favorite formation at football right here for Matt Wilson. Deacon Nickens in the gun. Let's see what he can do with it. Fires over the middle, and that one's tipped. Almost picked off again. You can't quite get it done there, Matt. 4th down and 5, and Tulsa's going to have to punt this one away. 2:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. They had that. There's been 2 really great plays passing by Tulsa that I can remember. That nice 9-yard slant and that ball, like nice out ball that Corey Jones dropped. So it's been a rough go of it for Deacon Nickens tonight.
Queen City went for the block again and couldn't get it. They're going to get one of them, Matt. They've been coming after that punter all night long. Fax7 in the chat says, which of you broadcasters does the best Madden impersonation? I think I do a pretty mean Madden, but I'm just not. I'm not doing it. Not right now. Maybe if the game gets out of hand, I'm not doing it. You can't make me. Well, you probably could if you.
Thanks, John.
All right, Pat. Not tonight. Not yet. We'll see what happens. SFL After Dark in the 4th quarter. Jet Zero running straight up the middle. Look at that run. Beautiful 9.9 yard gain. 2nd down and inches, Matt. Jet Zero has eclipsed his yardage total from the first 2 games just here tonight. 55 yards and doubled his yards per carry average. Actually, darn near tripled it.
If you're Queen City, you gotta running the ball, nice, safe. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, AJ Caswell running the ball too. Jet Zero can run, and then Caswell calls his own number on that one, just sprinting up the middle and deciding, yeah, look what I can do.
Just be careful if you're Caswell. This team might be a little perturbed losing a bunch of starters on both sides of the ball. We don't have an injury update, so I'm not sure what happened on the Tulsa defensive side.
Yeah, well, still waiting on that update. Stephen Hacker gets the catch on the out route, and Sim Franco Jr. with the tackle. And Matt, shout out to everybody watching the game, no matter how you're watching it. You don't have to just watch it on twitch.tv/FTF next. You can watch 11 Sports on DirecTV and a number of other platforms. Heck, shout out to my parents, John and Linda, snowbirds heading down to South Carolina for the winter, up from Western New York. Appreciate them watching and supporting what we're doing here, Matt. Look at that run up the middle. Beautiful run, keeping this drive going. Fullback Jet Zero making a huge impact for the Corsairs. 1st down and 10 in Tulsa territory.
Yeah, and what Queen City's doing right now is just taking the air out of the game. The time's ticking away. We're almost to the 4th quarter, and 19-7, not a huge lead, but Getting first downs, keeping the drive alive, slow but sure, every second counts.
Caswell out route to Chris Curtis, wide open. It's like they didn't even cover him on that play. Now with 80 yards on 7
Oh,
catches,
man.
and there's a hairline fracture for Heslop, so he is out for the
The
game
arm.
as
The
well. A
what?
couple, yeah, everybody's. I mean, Queen City's just out breaking arms. Well, they are Pirates after all, Matt.
Yar.
Wow. Well, we know who does the worst pirate impression after that example or whatever that was. Caswell doesn't like what he sees. He's changing the play at the line. 6-7 in the box. There was one hiding for the Desperados. Caswell, quick pass over the middle to Matthew Jr. Good for another first down. And Matt, the clock keeps ticking away, and they keep moving these chains. First down and 10 from the 34-yard line. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Put your fours up. Fourth quarter will begin after a short break. 19-7, the Corsairs lead over the Desperados. We'll be back here in Oklahoma after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports for the fans. And welcome back. Let's get the fourth quarter started. Queen City on a drive. Moving right along as you take a look at Charles Ball. Matt, the defense for Tulsa has been keeping them in this one, but you can bend and not break, but at some point you have to stop the bending as well. 12-point ball game here in Tulsa. Caswell to throw, out route. That one's nearly intercepted. Franco tried to jump the route, but couldn't quite get there. It's hauled in by Chris Curtis for a gain of 4.
Franco, the only starting cornerback left. I'd be picking on, Heslop's side now that he's gone. I mean, that would be prime Hacker territory, because that would be who would be covering Hacker. So
there's Hacker right there.
It's just
Cameraman's with you.
Want to go and see what happens.
Caswell in the gun. Hacker lined up at the top of the screen. He's going down the right sideline, but he throws it off to the left. Just checking it down to the backup tight end, Morris Jackson. Good for a short gain, 3rd down and 3.
Well, field goal, nice, puts them up 22-7. So that's, 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. So I definitely see, being conservative could be useful here. Just not throwing the dreaded interception.
3rd down and 3. Caswell fires over the middle into traffic. Somehow caught. What an amazing grab by Stephen Hacker, keeping the drive alive.
That clock keeps ticking. That Caswell to Hacker connection, he's got to be closing in on 100 yards now on the day.
Hacker with with that pass, he just went over 100. He had 99 yards, then he's got 110 yards on 9 catches.
Genius.
Not quite the 300 something that he had last week, but still an impressive outing. Out route to the left-hand side's incomplete. And a little bit of a late hit there, but maybe Tulsa just still feeling a little bit of bad blood for the broken arms.
Yeah, I'm famous for eye pokes. I guess.
Yeah, you are.
Famous for breaking arms.
Yep. You sack Matt and you're not wearing a visor, you're getting a poke in the eye, and that'll take you out for the game too. So, special note, a little free scouting tip there for any defensive end or defensive tackle watching. 3 wide receiver set, split backs in the backfield. Caswell firing towards the end zone. That one's caught, and it's good for another Queen City touchdown. James Matthew Jr. getting his first touchdown of the season.
Good protection. Caswell, clean pocket, good throw. Easy. Bad, not the best coverage there for Tulsa. They've held Queen City so many times, and finally they just broke.
25-7 the score. Extra point try forthcoming You know, Matt, I don't want to say that was the final nail in the coffin. There's still 9 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the game, but I think the coffin's at least being assembled.
I think we got a nail left.
There's still a nail or two here. Tulsa's got to step it up on offense, get some more points on the board. We'll see what they can do on their next drive. We'll be back after a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, stay with us. Still more football to go. And welcome back to Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith in the stats truck, keeping us up to date on what's going on here, statistically speaking, in this ball game. Charles Ball could make a big impact for his team on a good return, but that one's only going to go up to the 20-yard line. And Matt, Corey Jones, last season's top receiver in Tulsa, 72 catches, 1,037 yards, and 8 touchdowns. That was tied for 5th place in the league. He averaged 14.4 yards per catch. Tonight's stats, he's got 1 catch for 9 yards and a drop, and that is all. So they definitely need Corey Jones and his fellow receivers, who each also only have 1 catch apiece, to step up here, or some big plays by Robinson. And we'll get Robinson going here. Speaking of big plays, running straight up the gut and getting up to the 38-yard line, now passing 100 yards on the night.
Yeah, I think that's what this team's needed more of earlier in the game. Was Robinson's running, beautiful blocking up front, and Robinson just takes advantage of it. I mean, that's not even one of his more spectacular runs of the night. That was pretty easy, but if you're gonna run the ball, you gotta get big chunks like that every down.
18 yards on that rush. His long has been 22 on the night. I formation, 3 receiver set. Nickens to throw, fires to the right-hand side. That one should have been picked off. You know, Matt, he's got 2 picks on the night, Nickens that is, but he's thrown a potential about 6.
Yeah, I wish the defense I played in Mexico City had these kind of butterfingers. I'd be feeling a lot better about myself.
Yeah. Atlanta didn't do you any favors. When you threw it to them,
sure.
they caught it.
I was their best
Offset
quarterback on the night.
Offset I formation on 2nd down and 10. Just under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Nickens throws over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Trying to hit Cameron Curtis. Well covered on the play. And that one will bring up a 3rd down and 10.
And Nickens had Sanzo open at the bottom of the screen. That's the guy I want to hit, the guy that can, make some spectacular plays after reception, but instead he kind of goes middle of the field and just another drop by this receiving core. It's got to be frustrating. Drops and picks, drops and picks. It's not a winning formula.
Just has not been Tulsa's night offensively. 4 wide receivers and a tight end on the field. Nickens under center. Deep drop for Nickens, firing deep down the right-hand side, and that one is well defended. Batted away and incomplete. Sicario in on the coverage again. And, Matt, we talked about the points per game, but let's look at some other stats here for Tulsa. Passing yards per game, they averaged 308 yards, good for 6th place in the league through the first 2 ball games. So far tonight, they have 73 yards through the air, and we are through 3.5 quarters. Not what they were hoping to see. Passing touchdowns, they had 4 between the first 2 games, good for 7th place in the league. And not quite getting it done as they have none tonight. So 26-7 is the score. 8 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Queen City's got the ball back. We can see what they do on their next drive after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back. 8 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Queen City in the driver's seat and with possession of the ball. I kind of expected to see some Jet Zero runs here, Matt, but Caswell brings the offense out onto the field without him. Caswell will throw out route to the top of the screen. Stephen Hacker trying to stay in bounds. Can't do it. Taking a look at this comparison between Hacker and McCall. Slightly different result. 115 yards for Hacker, only 20 for McCall, and Hacker has the touchdown reception earlier on in the ball game. And Matt, that touchdown reception was Caswell's 160th on his career. 4 wide receivers set here on 2nd down and 6. Caswell to throw yet again, stepping up. His pressure was coming and throws. But, speaking of just luck, everything is just going wrong for Tulsa, and everything just goes right for Queen City. I mean, that ball had no business of being caught.
Yeah, but look at the touch by Caswell. It's a wobbler, but he gets it, throws it to where only his receiver can get it. Nickens is throwing the ball with a little more arc, 7-step drop, and I don't know if something wrong with his arm or something, but they're just floating like hot air balloons. I mean, the hot air balloons don't come down. Well, they eventually do.
End the analogy, Matt. Oh. Wow, Jet Zero running up the middle for a gain of 7. I thought you were just going to go on like a 5-minute ramble about hot air balloons. So that was slightly terrifying.
They have to come down, right? They're controlled, but
yes, by people no less, like AJ Caswell. Enough about balloons, Matt. Running formation. Maybe now we'll see some Jet Zero running action as he takes the handoff and tries to get the first down, but can gain only 2. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. 7:20 to go.
Well, now we might. I say it's 0, or maybe Caswell calls his number again. I mean, I do like the quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1, depending on obviously what the defense comes out with, but I would just sneak it here. This is a similar formation.
We have seen Caswell run it a couple times, but he does hand it off to Zero, and Zero is able to get some nice yardage on that one, keeping the chains moving and the clock running. Jet Zero now with 75 yards, Matt. He has almost tripled his yardage.
Yeah, that's been a big story of this game. Jet Zero's kind of taking the pressure off of Caswell, getting those key first downs, keeping drives alive, keeping the clock moving, and man, the oxygen is almost out of this game for Tulsa. They need a pick 6 in the worst way.
Yeah, it's going to be hard with Nate Heslop injured. Their starting corner on the opposite side of Sim Franco Jr.
Oh,
Nearly intercepted there as he tosses it right to DJ Majesty. Chris Curtis, the intended target, but could not haul that one in. And, Matt, like you said, Jet Zero really has been the story of the game. The rookie first-round pick, picked 8th overall in the offseason rookie draft. He only had 30 carries and 38 yards, averaging 1.3 yards per carry. No touchdowns on the ground, no touchdowns through the air. 2 receptions for 5 yards was his only contribution there. Tonight, he's carried the ball 21 times, 75 yards, averaging 3.6 per carry. Caswell, I can't believe he called his own number yet again. That didn't work. 3rd down and 10. Zero also has a reception for 11 yards, Matt. So, all-purpose yards, he's actually approaching 100, and I would expect that this is what the Corsairs wanted to see after investing the 8th overall pick in the draft on a fullback.
Rookies sometimes take time to develop. They're used to the speed of the game, and for Zero, it seems to be doing a better job.
Well defended by Charles Ball on that 3rd down play. Once again, Tulsa's defense is trying to keep him in it with 6:01 to go. This is probably outside of James Troll's range, and it looks like Ricky Matthew is indeed on to punt. It's close. He kicked a field goal in from 51 this same direction earlier on in the game. This one would have been from about 52. And, well, Matt, you said he had 4 yards on that, so I'm somewhat surprised they don't want to see what he can do, but they're going to play it safe and punt.
Well, we'll see if this punt's worth it. Looks pretty good to me.
Ball will bounce down at the 10,
baby.
out of bounds at the 7-yard line. A beautiful punt by Ricky Matthews. And that is where Tulsa will start back over on offense.
If you're a punter in the SFL, that's how you do it. You cough and corner it. Don't trust your special teams to grab it, because sometimes they have made some questionable plays. Sometimes it's a little bit of a slip and slide there, but so nice punt, nice cough and corner. And now your face make Tulsa go almost the length of the field to score a desperately needed touchdown.
Back against the wall here as they hand the ball off to Robinson, and that one's going to be a tackle for a loss. Brought down 2 yards in the backfield. Nacho Sicario combining in on the tackle.
Yeah, Queen City had to be thinking, looking at formation, backed up that, Robinson might be coming, but they can't play it safe here. Just run Robinson. They got to move the ball. Time's ticking away.
Yeah, 5.5
Advance
to
to the
go.
hourglass.
Oh, gosh, it gets weird at this point. Deep pass down the right-hand sideline. Where's that been all day? Finally finding a way to connect with Mike Osai on that deep corner route in quadruple coverage, no less. Nice play up to the 27-yard line.
Definitely Nicken's best completion of the day. I would say his best throw of the day was the drop, but nice pass. Osai secures it cleanly, and if I'm Tulsa, I'm hurrying up.
Mike Osai now with that one and only catch on the night for 22 yards. And man, it took them almost the entire game to get him involved. Nickens throws it over the middle to Cameron Curtis, and they will go into the hurry up.
Gotta hate it out of this formation, though.
Mike Osai with 12 receptions and 142 yards and a couple of
Whoa,
touchdowns.
whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
goodness, look at that.
Robinson doing it again.
Going back and forth, just trying to find something there and able to get some good yards.
In a reestablished, actually made the linebacker miss by doing that little zigzag move. That was intentional or not, but
And that was actually the fullback that was signed last week, Javier
Oh, really?
Vasquez. Yeah.
Wow.
Finally getting involved here on the offense as well. So back-to-back plays with players that hadn't done anything for the offense so far, and with less than half a quarter to go, they're starting to get involved on this drive. Nickens throws over the middle, and that one's complete. Hauled in by McCall. Another rookie with his second catch on the night.
See, those nice slant plays, that's more what they needed, not these all-or-nothing heaves. Just slow it out, slowly throw it down the field and run Robinson. I think you got something.
Nickens checks it down to Robinson on a swing route. Good for a gain of 6 up to the 40-yard line. And they're definitely moving the ball now, but could it be too little too late? 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Nickens out route to McCall. That one's complete. Excuse me, that's Osai. Osai down to the 10 to 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa. They get another touchdown on the board here with just over 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
Now, see, whatever sequence of plays you ran, save all of those plays because they worked beautifully. Again, no big gambles. You see Osai running out, wide open. I don't know where the rest of the defense was, but
Well, McCall threw a key block down there on the safety.
yeah, that's pretty nice.
McCall was running a post, and Osai had that out route, a very shallow out route, and it was a deep post that that McCall was running and was able to block the safety. So at that point, nobody was able to get to Osai. Extra point try coming for Lonzie Champion. Kick is up, and it is good. And, Matt, it's not done yet. It's a 12-point ball game.
Nope. 4 minutes to go. It's all about stopping Jet Zero, I think, at this point. I have a feeling, well, first the dramatic onside kick, I guess they really want to take a risk here. I don't know if I would do it.
3 timeouts to go in 4 minutes. I wouldn't do an onside just quite yet, but they're going to give it a shot. They want to win this game bad. Kick is away, and it is easily recovered by the Corsairs. They will take over in Tulsa territory from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, good job. Queen City cleanly fielded that ball. It did not bounce off the hands of the return team. And now Tulsa has to really stiffen up. You got to sell out for Jet Zero and AJ Caswell and just don't let him kick a field goal, because that would be disastrous.
Caswell under center here on first down. Hands the ball off to Jet Zero. Gains only 1 as he's met by a host of tacklers. Brought down primarily by, it looks like, Jaden Swift and John Stanley. And that'll be a 2nd down and 9. 3 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 highly paid defensive players, the front 4 for Tulsa. This is where they need to put a line in the sand and go, you're not crossing this line.
Caswell letting the clock tick as close down to 0 as he can before handing it off to Jet Zero.
Oh.
Who runs up the middle again. Gained 7 on that one. 3rd down and 2. And Matt, if he can convert this one, it's all but over.
But even if he can't, they're still probably in troll range. So either way, as long as there's not a fumble, it's a win for Queen City.
So we take a look at Sim Franco Jr. 2 picks on the day and 7 tackles. Running set on 3rd down and 2. Caswell letting it tick down to 2:37. Hands it off to Jet Zero. 1st down and more. Huge hit by Charles Ball. Probably out of frustration. 1st down and 10 from the 23, and that'll bring us right down to the 2-minute warning.
Well, Ball was trying to dislodge the ball from Jet Zero, but Zero does a good job of, oh, man, covering up, I guess. He only had one hand on that ball, but it must have been like a suction cup because it did not move.
And the Corsairs do not have to call a play.
I don't expect them to.
We'll see what happens. Caswell under center, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers set. I don't expect they will snap this, and they do not. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Queen City with possession and the lead. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, we'll see the conclusion of this one after this. AJ Caswell with 302 yards and 2 touchdowns. He might very well be in the running for player of the game, Matt, but for me, it's Jet Zero. Now with over 100 all-purpose yards, 24 rushing attempts, 91 yards on the ground. He even has a reception for 11 yards. Will probably get the handoff here, and he does. hit right at the line, but he's able to fall forward and get his 92nd yard of the night, and Tulsa will burn their first time out.
Now those valuable timeouts are being chucked out the window, so this is it for Tulsa. If they don't stop Jet Zero probably here, this game is over.
Second down and 9. Ball is handed off to Zero again, and speaking of that frustration, DJ Majesty with a absolutely crushing blow on Jet Zero gains just another yard, and Tulsa will burn their second timeout.
They needed that tackling on the before the last series before, or not the series, but the last series of plays before that. When they got this first down, that would have stopped Queen City in their tracks. Now, here we go. This could be the game right here.
4 wide receivers, Caswell in the gun. I would have expected him to just run this one, but he's going to step up in the pocket and throw, going for it all. Chris Curtis with the catch down at the 3-yard line. Tulsa will burn their final timeout, and Matt, that's going to do it for this one.
Yeah, throw it to the old reliable Chris Curtis, man. He gets absolutely flattened, but Queen City seems invincible from getting injured. I don't know.
The leading wide receiver last season, Chris Curtis, having a good season, being a little overshadowed by Stephen Hacker, but had a nice outing. Both of them had a nice outing tonight, Matt. They both had over 100 yards.
I'm sure Curtis doesn't care as long as they're winning, as Queen City did not make the playoffs last year, and they're on a with 2 wins and 1 loss, they're well on the way of having a great chance of making it. So
they averaged 33.5 points in their first 2 games, good for 3rd place in the league. They'll probably end this one with 26. They're not going to be scoring any more points tonight. Second place in the league in passing yards per game at 408. Caswell throwing less than that tonight, only 322 yards. I mean, still with very impressive stats. Defense doing a great job as well, Matt. I talked about this secondary in the opening, absolutely blowing things away. And taking a look at what's coming up later on this week, Matt, or tomorrow night, I should say. New Orleans at St. Louis and London at Vancouver at 6:30 and 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Houston at Chicago at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll wrap up our Week 3 schedule. One final kneel down will do it for us here in Tulsa. Caswell will take the snap and kneel it down. Everybody else's but Matt's favorite formation in football one final time.
Ooh.
Final score in this one, well, don't boo, will be 26-14. Queen City will come away with the victory. Queen City's going to move up to 2-1 on the season. Tulsa will fall to 1-1. Next up for Queen City, Matt, this is just their first of 3 back-to-back road games. They head to Arizona next week to take on the 1-2 Scorpions. For Tulsa, they hit the road next week as well and head south to Houston. They'll take on the 1-1 Houston Hyenas, who play tomorrow night as well. So we will see what happens in those games. And Matt, your final thoughts on this one?
Just too many mistakes by Tulsa. And then they had, just bad luck. Players going down, getting injured.
Look at that time of possession.
Sides,
doubled.
A touchdown instead of a field goal. What could have been. I think this team needs to take a look in the mirror on offense and say, listen, we got to get rid of these 7-step drops, get some more efficient passing plays, look to run Sanzo a little more. The pieces seem to be there. They're just not quite optimized yet as far as play calling, in my view. Queen City did a great job. They did what they had to do. They're continuing on. They have a 2-game winning streak now, and for them, I hope they can keep it going.
That'll do it for us here in Tulsa. Final score, Queen City 26, Tulsa 14. The week will continue. As you saw that schedule a little earlier on, we will have more Simulation Football League action tomorrow night. 3 games. First up will be New Orleans at St. Louis. Robert Garrett Jr. and Eddie Gage on the call. Robert Garrett Jr. is a rookie play-by-play caller for us this season, Matt. He will make his debut tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Then at about 6:45 p.m., we'll get the London-Vancouver game kicked off. Another rookie play-by-play broadcaster, Jeff Malinishin, will be joined in the booth by Jeremy Vega. Those games will be on the Simulation Football League's Twitch and YouTube pages. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Houston will take on Chicago. Rich Pratchard and Wade Phillips, another rookie this season, will be on the call. That one will also be on the Simulation Football League's Twitch page. And Matt, why don't we tease next week's schedule a little bit? Week 4 will kick off Sunday, February 9th at 10 a.m. And that is indeed the player of the game. And we will be back next week as well, Matt, Monday at 9 p.m., our usual time slot. That is it for us here in Tulsa. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody.